gonna go ahead and mud all of this first, and then come back for this at the end, because I'm gonna put these two into one gang box. This switch here is wired, but it's dead. It goes up, and there's about 15 feet up there, and it's labeled for our recessed lighting that we'll put in the hallway. Right now there's one light, and the switch is over there by that ladder. It would be nice to have two cans, recessed lighting, with a switch here and a switch there. However, right now that particular junction box is too crammed to put anything else in. It needs a bigger box, and I need some professional help to determine what exactly is going on in that box. But you can see that we're all taped off in there, and then this here will come and close, and we'll have an additional wall on the inside, because it's going to get really dusty with all that sanding. So there's our bucket of mud. It's all taped off, and that gives us, our vent is over there, and I need to open that up so we can have some flow, and then that window is where we'll put the exhaust fan. So moving on down the hallway, we got some little rock here, but you can see this is the office, and oh my goodness, look at the craziness going on in here. Absolutely nuts. Got my little P51 up there. This room will eventually be painted white. That window needs to be replaced. This desk is way too big and will be either chopped off and put back together much smaller, or you can see up there, there's Dad and Kel. Up there, some books. And then this here, let me just pan back. This here is our kind of our little charger, kind of our shelf of everything. Now, there's our printer, some screens, gun case. Where's the compressor? Oh, there's the compressor. Some hose. There's another batch of 100-foot hose back up in there. But anyway, let's move on down into the bathroom. Now this one, we just finally at the end put this second barrier because it was getting way too sandy, too dusty when we would come and go. And this is the main thoroughfare. The front door is right there, so we were getting lots of dust in the living room. So we'll go in, coming in through here, and this is our bathroom with our vanity. You can see our new lighting. We painted the ceiling with a primer, some drywall primer, and obviously this needs to get finished with some corner molding and whatnot, and there'll be molding up on top and below. And we got our light. This is our ceiling fan, and I've put one last coat of mud on this. Now we're gonna bring beadboard up to right about here, wainscoting with a chair rail, but I was doing a little bit of practicing down below. And in these corners I was using this product called the Perfect 90, and it was not very perfect. So I'm gonna plug this in, get a better idea of some lighting here. There we go. Now over here, and you can see in our tub we've got all sorts of stuff, and we've still tried to keep the toilet operable throughout this. So there is a flange that goes over this edge that it looks just like this, and we're thinking about replacing this particular style of flange with something else, or if even it might just go with it. But what we're going to do, and up, all the corners have been caulked. Everything around here has been caulked around the tub, and then up and over, and anywhere you see like a crease, it's been caulked, and it was wide open before. We're going to paint this with a primer and then lay an adhesive fabric that is rated for lightweight wall tile, and we haven't quite determined what pattern we're going to use there yet, but that's what's going to go up here. But that needs to be primed first, but we've got so much sanding going on that we're just kind of on standby on this. Now this we just put in the other day. This is PVC, and so we built the box out in the trailer, job trailer, brought it in, and it's one piece all nailed together. And off of this we'll throw our mitered molding around the edges. Now you can see on this corner it was showing, oh, and it still is. I don't know if you can see this. Right, where is it? Where is it? Right there. See that? See that little crease right there? That's the edge of the tape. And it had a line all the way up. And so I've been trying to fill it in with mud. Looks like it's going to need a little bit more. But yeah, this is our... And then of course we shut the door. And right now I've got, in addition to the poly down here, I've also got some plywood and some old beater sheetrock to kind of protect the floor as much as possible. And now we're going to pause this, and I'm going to go show you this spot in the bedroom, or the funnel we created to reroute the drip. We had a bunch of snow on the roof. And stand by, we'll go back there. Okay, so now we're continuing on. I thought we'd come outside a little bit because it's been snowing. And we just did a bunch of, the other day we shoveled off the deck and shoveled off the roof, but it snowed again. And so tonight I went ahead and shoveled off the top of the trailer. It was getting pretty deep, and gave a big berth of area so that in the morning when the plows come, most of the snow has been gone. It was snowing so hard that like if you look down here, this was all clear, and this is what's left over since the, you can see on the steps, that was clear just this morning. But I went over to the, oh shoot, yikes, over to the little shed and shoveled off the roof there to, you know, it's just a plastic shed, and I didn't want to, you know, tamper it. Now if you look, up there is where we had the leak, and so what we did is we shoveled off a bunch of the snow off the entire roof, and you can see it's already come back. This thing is going to be a non-stop work in progress. But anyway, let's well, of course this is our new door. We certainly love this. Okay, I'm gonna pause this here so you can see as soon as you walk in, there's the wall. So we need to... Okay, so this is where it was dripping along. It was actually a seam, and so what I did is, the first thing I did is I put Visqueen all around and tried to reroute the drips down into this bucket. And you can see that it's that deep. What is that? 3.5 inches of water. And we were playing the Publishers Clearinghouse Super Prize Sweepstakes, and so I put up a little vision board of winning. This is kind of had a lot of fun making this. Kind of like yeah, kind of like making one of those criminal notes. And then over to here, let's see. Yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you. Kind of fun. What does this one say? Yeah, I had a lot of fun. But anyway, so what we're gonna have to do here, and you can see that this is the main walkway into the bedroom. So in order to fix that, we're probably gonna have to cut, well, it's on that seam, so we'll probably have to put a chunk from here all the way over to here, replace the drywall to here, remove the old drywall, cut it from, you know, from seam to seam, or stud to stud, and then also figure out what's going on up there. Now, it's basically like a pop can up there, so, you know, it's metal and it's old. And so with all of this, it's taken quite a bit of constant vacuuming, and nice little lights. And you can see in the hallway we've got some more material, and we've actually taken quite a bit of material out into the job trailer. So if we zoom in from here, there's Honey. You gonna wave, Honey? She waved. So, and up there we're gonna do that a little bit later too. So anyway, this video is primarily for to show the barricade and try to do it without showing too much of a cluster that our house is in. Poor house. But that is that's kind of a quick review. Now up here is where there used to be holes and used to be speakers, and there's actually a whole bunch of speaker wire here, and there was also speaker wire here, and it runs all the way back into the bedroom. And I was thinking that when we rerouted this, we put in a new outlet right here. This one is dead as well. This will be our 20 amp circuit, but the panel is way back in the bedroom, and so I was thinking it'd be easy just to thread it through the ceiling, but it didn't turn out that way, and we're going to end up having to go underneath the trailer to do so. The heat? Okay. Got a request to turn the heat down here. Take it down there. And so this is also going to be drywalled, but we were considering possibly putting in a window, a thin window, so we can get some light in here from the outside. But if we have the, if we put in the recessed lighting, that might not be a need for it, but it would be nice to have some light in this room. And so we'll go back to our bathroom here, and this is our air